Hey now, cats, we're back again this week in the Balls from Ellwood show, and oddly enough, this week, Xtina, I thought we were going to have a hard time talking about stuff because, quite frankly, we can't go anywhere. We can't do anything. This is how many weeks of the quarantine?
Gosh, this is week 3, I think.
It's been 3 weeks already, and guess what? Another whole month. And we haven't killed each other yet, so we must actually really care about each other, so I think we're doing okay. So, I mean, I was thinking I might have some hard times coming up with some shit to talk about, but as you know me, I am always never at a loss for words, so let's bitch. I got some shit I'd like to get off my chest. I'm sure you would like to talk about too. Why are these motherfuckers still not staying at home?
I don't know.
I just seen on the internet the other day. I can't fucking. I'm to the point now where I'm an anxiety-ridden mess because fucking human nature is retarded.
Yeah, they really are.
I just watched on Twitter a fucking humongous group of motherfuckers watching a ship come in bringing medical supplies.
Yeah.
Don't they really? They're watching a ship come in to bring medical supplies to save people's lives, and you're out there potentially getting the fucking shit where you're going to need them to save your life. This is like fucking the Twilight Zone or Bizarroville. I don't fucking get it,
I don't think... It's funny because when you do go out, everything sort of seems a little bit normal, and it's like maybe you get a little jaded, like, oh, well, okay, if this person's out and this person's out, maybe it's not so bad, so I guess I'll just go do what I'm doing, but it's not good, people. We gotta stay in and stay safe and just not keep spreading potential disease.
Hey, I tell you what is the killer too is when it's nice out. When it's nice out, it draws all the fucking assholes out.
Right,
like they're like, well, that's for everybody else, not just me. I could get away with it. And then you have that mentality before you know you have 600 motherfuckers out in a group somewhere.
Right.
So
it's one thing like, okay, you're allowed to go out and take a walk. Okay, so they say that, and then everybody goes to Central Park in New York. Then that's not the idea. That's really not the idea here, people.
Yeah, there was how many hundreds of people congregated in that the other day.
Well, how about the church guy? They're having some down in Louisiana. This guy has like some mega church. Well, it's a mini mega church, we'll call it, but hundreds of people still. And they were gathering like Sunday night, and the guy got arrested or he got a citation, and he did it again Tuesday night. I guess he feels like if they get together and pray, it'll all go away. Well, you can't do that.
I don't know how, like, a man of God could put his congregation in jeopardy like that. Like, you willingly know that this is a very dangerous thing that could potentially kill everybody in your church. But I guess apparently you must really still want that collection plate, because I guarantee that's what it's all about. He doesn't want to give up that collection plate. And I don't know. That's the whole reason why I quit church. It was a big fashion show. There ain't a religious person in sight when I went. Everyone's a fucking hypocrite. So, and they would judge me because I'm just me. Like, I don't make any fucking excuses for me. I ain't gonna pull the wool over the big man's eyes. Like, he's gonna go, oh yeah, I fell for that. So, all these people are fucking ridiculous. So,
it's all a bunch of hypocrites.
I'd rather be me, and then people ask me about like what I think, and I tell them, rather than to pretend I'm some fucking asshole, that's just holier than thou and gonna beat the Bible over your head. That's not me at all. So,
Exactly.
I love all these fine brimstone assholes. They'll fucking preach to everybody, and then they'll go and do the probably more fucked up shit than I've done my whole life, and then go and fucking the church on Sunday like there's nothing ever happened. So
what's kind of ironic too is then there were protesters standing outside protesting the people being in the church, and
that's why we're all fucking dead. Yeah. So I just told her, I have a hole dug in the backyard. It's gonna be matter of time. So, thanks, assholes. That's all I have to say.
You can't even look at the news anymore with like so many. I know they're telling us like kind of worst case scenario, but and they kind of want to scare people, which they should, because people.
It doesn't scare anybody. That's how fucked up we are as a society. You knowingly know if you do something, it could potentially fucking kill you. So then you have the assholes. It's like, oh, I don't even believe that's true. It's all fucking made up. There's fucking 100 motherfuckers dying every 5 minutes, and it's a fucking fairy tale. I don't even know how fucking dumb you could be to even fucking believe that. I'd love to say some fucking swampland when you're done being a retard. So, And you know what else that makes me laugh? These fucking. I wonder what these fucking idiot anti-vaccine motherfuckers think now.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
this is what happens when there's just one where there's no vaccine
Right,
for.
I've
Imagine
seen
if
the
you had
meme.
everything across the board. How do you feel now, you fucking idiots? Like,
Yeah,
seriously.
we would all be dead. And
Do you
we'd all
still
be
feeling
hiding.
the same way? Because if you are, man, you're fucking dumber than the motherfuckers who ain't believe in this shit. So,
Yeah, it's scary. That's scary. That's really scary.
I mean, other than that, other than trying to fucking keep sanity, man, I mean, but again, it could be way worse. We could be going into fucking war and a battle and shit. Our battle was sitting on our ass and doing nothing. You know how long I've been waiting to do that? I've been working for.
It's like my dream.
I've been busting my ass for 17 years, and now I'm just like, I don't fucking feel bad one bit, man. I was built for this shit. Like, I did this my whole life. I hate fucking people. I don't like to fucking interact with society. They're not going to break me with this shit. This is a fucking dream to me.
You
This
love
is like
movies,
heaven.
You can watch everything you want, when you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
hard is it?
Yeah, I don't understand why everyone's like, I can't fucking take it, man. I'm going to break down. You're not going to war, asshole. You're fucking sitting on your couch and doing nothing.
Nobody's torturing you. Imagine being like locked in a cell somewhere, like being
Like fucking Ozark.
tortured. Yeah, I mean that's not what's happening here. You know?
Yeah, your big fucking contribution to society is just fucking listen. Don't go outside.
Yeah.
And people can't handle it. No. It's like they're asking for their fucking firstborn child. I don't get it, man. Like, do you?
No, I don't get it at all.
But speaking of, I mean, you said I've been fucking. I gotta say, man, I have been taking comfort in watching a lot of stuff that I would love. I don't normally have the time to get to. Thank you, Tales from the Crypt, for keeping me sane, because I've been watching those, and that makes me feel comfort like I'm a kid and I'm with my grandparents on HBO, and just little things like that, man, has really been helping me through. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to say, Xtina. You got anything else?
Well, we want to talk about what we've been watching.
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
So we want to just jump right into Ozark.
Yeah, why not?
All right. So Ozark season 3 came out on Friday. It's what today is Thursday, so in less than a week we finished it. Well, there's only 10 episodes, so I guess that's not too crazy, but you know, when you can't really go anywhere or do anything, I guess it's easy to get through it. Let me tell you, this show does not disappoint. It never disappoints. I mean, if you're not on board of Ozark, you're crazy. I mean, it's got a phenomenal cast. It's got Jason Bateman, and I think he writes and directs.
He's so good, man.
Who knew he was gonna I mean, he disappeared for so long, and then he come back with Arrested Development, and I mean, he's just a force to be reckoned with.
I liked him when I was a kid. He was on Valor.
That was his sister. Yeah,
Valerie.
Valerie, that's what he was on, right?
So I'm like, I've always liked the dude. I always thought he was cool. When I was a kid, I thought he was cool.
I know.
I always looked up to him. I was like,
I had my episode, or my what do you call it, Teen Beat magazine. And
did you have Jason Bateman sprawled all over?
I might have had a Jason Bateman or two on my wall.
I get it. He's a good-looking dude.
But yeah, I mean, but then you got Laura Linney, and she plays his wife.
Oh man, she's amazing.
Oh my God, she's incredible. And then you've got the wonderful Julie Garner, who plays Ruth. Oh my God,
yeah, she's incredible too.
I mean, it goes on, and I'm sorry, I don't know the woman's name who plays the lawyer, but oh my gosh, and then you've got the creepy old what's her name, Darlene, and oh my gosh, and I mean just everybody, and especially women power, if you want to go there. I mean, gosh,
there's definitely some strong women on that show.
Strong.
It's such an ensemble cast.
Yeah,
everybody,
really, so
everybody is good. Like, there's not one person on that show that even doesn't toe the line. They're all incredible.
Right. And here's something I noticed this season too that I'm we're trying to do this spoiler free, so we're just kind of talking about whatever. But I noticed that I'm not big, I'm a t-shirt and jeans kind of gal typically, but man, the fashion on here is incredible too. The way they dress, I mean, the outfits they dress these women in, and they fit so great to their bodies, and they, you could tell they clearly take the time to consider these women's body styles, and I don't know, I love it. I'm just loving it. And I mean, obviously the storyline's great. I've noticed a lot of people commenting on how it's not, however they filmed it is not as dark. And by dark, I mean the lighting, not the mood. It's still dark, but the lighting is lighter. I don't know if I like that. I mean, I guess like
This
much like
season,
Howard
yeah.
complained about Game of Thrones being too dark, and you
Yeah.
can't see it. I get that to an extent, but I also
Yeah, I
feel
noticed
like,
that this season.
but it's a little too light. I think. I don't know if I love that, but that'd be, I guess, if there's a complaint, that'd be my only complaint.
By the way, like, if that's the only complaint we have, that's really
Yeah.
not bad. Other than that, it's a 10 out of 10.
Oh
Man.
my gosh, phenomenal!
It never
show.
seems to disappoint. The only bad thing is just waiting that another year
I
until
know,
there's another
I
season.
don't want to wait.
Which I'm guessing they're going to be another season. I mean, you can't really take that. It gets take it for granted though.
Yeah.
Netflix cancels things when they're getting good ratings. So
Right,
I mean,
this is true. So hopefully they don't. I mean, it's just and I mean, let's give an example of without giving spoilers. Here's what our faces looked like at the end of season 3. Ready, balls? Actually, I was more like this. And I literally was stuck that way for 5 minutes.
I know it was very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I had to pry our hands off with the spatula.
Yeah, it was
very
wild.
tough.
But, oh, what a good show. What a good show. What else we got? What else have we been watching? I mean, that's been engulfing us. I mean, of course,
Yeah, we pretty much took over everything until
Tiger King took over everything, and
Yeah, it's still
we're kind
a
of over that now.
phenomenon,
But
yeah.
the memes are still great, so keep them coming. The memes are. It's worth watching the show for the memes. That way, you know what's going on. I thought this was kind of funny. So I've noticed a lot of celebrities are getting on team
and then the action.
Joe
yeah.
Exotic. What just Sly Stallone's dressing
That
up.
was the best.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. And then we saw Donnie Wahlberg and Jenny McCarthy are doing a TikTok where they're by a pool.
Yeah, who would have thought Jenny McCarthy could be funny?
I know, who knew, huh?
She finally figured out.
Finally
Joe.
figured it out.
Yeah,
Well,
dude.
probably even Donnie doing it, but he's singing Joe Exotic songs by the pool. Oh my god, it's so funny. And then a couple of my bachelor people dressed up, and they put their kids in like little tiger suits. It's so cute. Here's what I noticed: people were commenting, "I can't believe that you're gonna use your platform to dress like these criminals. Why are we celebrating these people? They are criminals. This is not worth being celebrated." Listen, people, we're in a quarantine. This is now an integrated part of pop culture. Deal with it. Nobody's celebrating anything. We're just merely finding humor in a tough time. Enjoy.
First of all, it's a fucking show.
Yeah.
Second of all, people know going in that they're fucking criminals and assholes, and people are dressing up to mimic and mock them. It's not a fucking because everybody thinks I want to be Joe Exotic, so I'll be cool.
Yeah, I don't
No,
think
nobody
anybody
knows
wants
that.
that.
Nobody thinks that. They're all mocking them and making fun of them. If I have to explain the fucking joke to you assholes, like I don't get it. Like I mean,
You know who thinks they're not making fun of them and who loves them? Joe Exotic.
oh, he's fucking laughing all the way to the man.
Oh.
He's getting. I've already heard that he loves the attention in jail.
I'm sure.
Like,
I'm sure.
this is the moment he's been waiting for, man. So.
For sure.
But yeah, I mean, hey, this is why I hate people can't ever tell a joke no more. People can never be funny no more. Everybody's so fucking butthurt.
Mm-hmm.
We have a nation of pussies that can't even listen to what they're gonna fucking comment on a joke, but they're not gonna do anything to save their own fucking life. So why the fuck would I care what these assholes think?
Exactly.
So, other than that, I watched the trailer for Train to Busan 2 Peninsula. Super love that love that movie. I think it's one of the best zombie movies I've ever seen. Looks pretty interesting. I'm pretty excited. That might be the only thing I can look forward to, considering everything else has been fucking pushed till 2056.
Balls is not okay. Ghostbusters has been postponed till next year.
Yeah,
Send help.
fucking March 2021. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna. This shit's gonna put me in the mental hospital. Like, I've only been waiting for since 1980 fucking 9. Since you just fucking kill me.
Oh my gosh.
And I know it's a money thing. I know they want to make money off it because it's. I get why they're doing it because there is such a big investment, and you got all the other. I know how the shit works. You want to peddle all your fucking wares and toys and cups and fucking all that bullshit, but. Sony, you're fucking killing me.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna kill me. Like the coronavirus won't
Is it
kill
gonna
me. This
kill
is
you?
gonna fucking kill me right here. In fact, I was sounds stupid, but I'm gonna share it with you. I was so depressed, man. Like I was in bed for like almost a day after hearing this news. That
I'm kidding.
I can't handle it, man. There ain't too many things I look forward to, but don't fuck with Ghostbusters. I'm telling you. But they did. So now everything's fucking canceled, though.
That's
Like,
okay. Yeah, tomorrow I was supposed to be going to Cleveland for a live Bachelor event and meeting some of my favorite people from Bachelor Nation. I know, laugh all you want, laugh it up, ha ha ha. But still, okay, it's going to get rescheduled. I figured, October probably, January next year. We're all going to die of heartbreak from our cancellations.
there's going to be nothing this summer. Like,
Bowlby
nothing.
got canceled.
Even if they got it under control, I'm to the point where I don't even know if I'd feel safe going to a movie theater.
Well, true. Yeah.
I don't know if I'd feel safe going to concert. Man, that fucking kills us, man. Like
that's our
that's our life. I mean, shortlist, man. Volbeat got canceled. We're gonna go see a Tell and Jeffrey Ross got canceled. Against Me got postponed. Our buddy Glenn Pine from the Slackers had a solo thing. Deal's Gone Slack got postponed, canceled actually. Let's see here. They Might Be Giants. I was super looking forward to that.
Another one
that got pushed back a whole fucking year from now and change. I won't even remember our tickets fucking next year.
Right.
So I mean,
I know.
not only be able to figure out where they're at. Yeah, I mean, I could go on and on and on. We had probably easily 15 concerts we canceled and like 2 nerd conventions and 2 fucking comedy shows and it's fucking ridiculous, man. Wild. I mean, it's just
I mean, we can complain, but I get it. We're
trying to keep
everybody
totally
alive.
understand.
So we're dealing with that. Then you have the nurses, who are going to battle for us every day,
the real heroes,
save lives, right? They can't even see their kids. Like they're, giving their kid kisses through a window at their, parents' house because parents are watching the kids because, they can't be, everybody's got to be quarantined away from the people. And all our crap's getting canceled and people are still going out and trying to party and have fun and do things and you can't do that.
I don't know how they could see these fucking temporary meat trucks coming to New York City as a temporary morgue. They got fucking 20 trailers of fucking meat trucks to pick up all the fucking dead bodies. And you're going to go outside, you fuck?
Yeah.
Like, seriously?
And this is still somehow a good idea. I don't get it.
I don't know how you can leave your house and nothing questions in your fucking brain like how bad of an idea this is.
Right.
Like, I'm done, man. People are going to kill me. Like,
yeah.
All I can worry about is fucking society being retarded. And that's going to kill me. Like, So, I mean, I'm done bitching. That's pretty much all I had to bitch about this week.
Yeah.
So,
there we go.
Stay tuned later this episode for my interview with DB Sweeney.
Yes.
And next week, we have a very special guest. Would you like to say who it is?
Well, you may know her as Tan Mom. The lovely Patricia Marie.
She's free to be.
She's free to be. Patricia Marie.
Tune in, cats. Hey now, cats, we're back again, and it's time for your favorite part of the show. You know her, you love her. Here she is, Xtina, with this week's Depravity Corner.
Hey guys, how you doing? So, as you know, we are quarantining, or we're supposed to be. And, this time makes people a little bit crazy. And with that being said, that means you'll never believe this. Oh boy, you look a little crazy. You look like the guy in my next door.
Oh shit.
So, people are going crazy. They are being stuck with people that they may or mostly may not like or, want to be done with. So, we have a little story here. We have several stories all around the country, all around the world, really. So, we have a 35-year-old man charged with murder after running naked from his coronavirus quarantine, and he bit a woman to death.
How do you bite someone to death?
Well, I am going to tell you here. So he flew naked out of his house. He bit an 80-year-old woman in her neck.
Oh my God. That's like 28 days later.
Yeah, this is over in Sri Lanka, somewhere in India. And they said that the woman was admitted to the hospital, but she died from this bite. Now, this particular man Manny Candon is his last name. He
Bless
has a history of mental illness.
No, do tell.
Imagine that. On Friday, he disrobed himself and ran from his home. He tripped and fell and targeted this old woman who was just merely sitting outside of her house. So, again, people, even in quarantine and you want to sit out and hang out, just
should have stayed inside.
Should have stayed inside. So, we also have a man in the UK who killed his wife. Let's see here. Well, he killed a mother and her 7-year-old daughter. This was the boyfriend. He wasn't. This is apparently there's 2 stories. This was in Argentina. I'm jumping all over because there's so many. I can't keep track. Quarantine's doing crazy things all around the world. Isn't that great? So this man killed his girlfriend, Xtina Iglesias. Wonder if she's related to the famous Iglesiases. Her little daughter, Ada. They were reported missing, and unfortunately, they were found buried in the backyard. I don't know, did he admit this? He had been spending time, the boyfriend. He was interrogated. He told the police that 3 men had killed them, and they forced him to bury the bodies.
How convenient.
Yeah, how convenient, right? So little did he know that the cops were kind of onto him, and they figured it out. They did some investigating, and ultimately, I think he's been arrested, thankfully. And then over in the UK, we have a story about a man who, there's two UK quarantine murder stories. One is an older man, and one is a younger man. So let's see here. We have, there were 9 deaths in a string of killings in the UK as everybody's in their 2nd week of quarantine. Well, this was, about a week or so ago.
If you're losing your shit after week 2, man, wait till...
It's pretty bad, right? It's going to be bad. So, family of 4 were found dead at home. A husband is charged with killing his wife. A nurse was stabbed to death by her apparent husband.
Yikes.
And a father, mother, and daughter die in a murder-suicide. I mean, it's just crazy. Like, I'm not going to go into great details. I mean, unfortunately, like, the saddest thing is this cute young nurse. She's a mother of 3, 31 years old, stabbed to death outside of her home, and apparently it was her husband who did it. So, like, who's going to take care of these kids now? It's just wild. It says here, Women's Aid say more resources are needed amid the coronavirus lockdown as domestic abuse cases surge. And it's funny, like, as soon as this happened, I saw a couple posts, to share, like, this number. Because, I don't even know how they're handling, like, women's shelters now, because you can't really be close together, but I'm sure they have a solution, and there's always a way out. People just, I know it doesn't seem like it's going to be easy, but there is. So please, by all means, call and get help. It's wild. There's, they said, police found the bodies believed to be from the same family of this group and the dog. They killed the family dog. Like, seriously?
Sparky, no.
I know. What the heck is wrong?
What does the dog? How'd the dog get on your nerves? Jeez.
So right. I guess
maybe you liked his balls too much,
yeah,
and
probably did.
pissed everyone off.
Just
you haven't killed me for licking my balls yet in front of you.
Not yet, but it's getting pretty old. So
not only that, like, what about all the people that's on house arrest? I'm sure they're pissed now. They're just getting out, ready to go out into the world, and bam, the world drops to the asshole out of it. So, I feel bad for those people.
Now, I did read somewhere that there was some good news here. It did say
I could use some.
I think it was in maybe it was Argentina. Crime is down in Argentina because everybody is home. So I'm sure there's, I'm sure it's a balance, just like everything else. You're going to murder your family, but then there's going to be less gang activity, right?
We were talking about this a couple days ago. All the air pollution is going down, too, because everybody's inside.
So, see, this is...
Well, not everybody. But, The people that's listening.
It's very wild. It's very wild.
Yeah, it's weird. You don't realize like what an imprint you put on the world until something like this happens.
So you have to deal with it. And I've seen even interesting things like wildlife is kind of like hanging out in little towns now and stuff. Like the little goats are walking through the towns, and the deer are just chilling in the middle of the road because they can. And it's like, I wonder how that conversation goes. Hey, Bubba, let's take a trip to downtown. Let's get downtown and see what the sights are. I don't know. That's got to be wild. But
your deer's named Bubba.
Yeah, deer's named Bubba. So, so I guess the moral of the story is people are, in fact, killing people during the coronavirus lockdown. Don't be one of them. And also don't be a victim. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, why not just go in another room or perhaps decompress or do something that will relax you?
To kill people.
No reason to kill you. No.
I mean, I say this every week, but it still keeps happening.
Yeah, they still keep killing.
Nobody wants to listen.
Maybe one of these days they'll listen to you.
Yeah, I doubt it.
But until then.
Till next time.
Till next time. Don't kill anybody. Unless they really deserve it or an asshole. Other than that, don't kill anybody.
Valid. Gotcha.
Hey now, cats, we're back again this week in the Balls from Ellwood show. And with me, I have a guest. I've always admired his work growing up. I am a humongous fan. DB Sweeney, how you doing, man?
Good morning. How you doing?
Real good. I just wanted to get into it. I'm going to hit the ground running here. I just want to ask you, I mean, what have you been doing to keep occupied during these crazy times, sir?
Well, I'm just trying to set this phone up here so I don't have to hold it. I've been like everybody else trying to stay from getting bored, just doing a little extra cooking around the house, organizing things, I've been doing some writing. It's not very good. That's too far away. But I'm trying to make the best of the time.
That's all you could do, man. I mean, I just want to ask you, I always was curious, like, where did you come from? How did you grow up? How did you get the acting bug? Like, how did that come to fruition?
Well, I played baseball in college, got injured, and then I thought, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? And I didn't know the answer to that question, so I thought, in the meantime, I'll just go and be an actor for a little while. And I never thought it would turn into a 3-decade-plus career, but it's been a great ride.
That's awesome, man. Was your parents supportive of you being an actor?
I don't think they really took it very seriously, but they didn't discourage me, and they just wanted me to be happy. But I think they figured it was something that you do for a couple of years, and then you get on with your life.
What was that one definitive moment where you knew this is something you wanted to do for a career in the rest of your life?
Well, when I was on the set of Gardens of Stone, Francis Coppola had hired me to be the star of the movie, and I was opposite James Caan and Angelica Houston and James Earl Jones, and by all accounts, I wasn't screwing it up, and I belonged there, so I thought, well, maybe I could do this for a while.
Where do you think life would have led you had you not taken that path?
I don't know. I probably would have been a chef or gone to law school and became an asshole or something. I don't know. I didn't really have a plan. I was just an 18, 19-year-old kid, and I was just, taking it as it came.
You've played like a variety of characters over the years. Is there something that you have yet to want to play that you have not?
I've been very blessed. I got to do a Western with Lonesome Dove. I got to fight in World War II in Memphis Belle and fight in the Vietnam War in Gardens of Stone. And I played car thieves. I played cops. I played, so I've run the gamut. But, you always look for another good script. I don't have a character that I'm looking to play like, Eisenhower or something. But, it's always about the character and the situation and the quality of the script. I would love to do a movie about racing, whether it's car racing or horse racing, because I feel like those are interesting worlds that have had horse racing, especially has had some great movies from Seabiscuit to Secretary recently, and that's a great world that's been exploited. But I feel like NASCAR, Days of Thunder, I thought was okay. Talladega Nights didn't have much use for. So I feel like there is yet to be a great movie to be made about that world.
Yeah, that is almost an untapped resource where there's really nothing like majorly substantial. But I have to tell you, I'm a horror fan, and I remember you're in one of my favorite episodes of Tales from the Crypt. Do you remember doing that?
Oh, absolutely. I actually just put that up on my YouTube page recently with the great Arlie Ermey.
Oh, yeah, man, that's such a...
It was a great episode. It was really, I thought it was really fun. That's the most makeup I've ever done. They made me 100.
The age makeup, yeah. I was going to say, how long did it take you for they get you in that getup?
It took 5 hours, and I have a lot of respect for people that can sit still that long and do that kind of makeup. It's really takes a different kind of discipline and zen to sit there and have that rubber put on your face and your neck and everything.
What are you a horror fan? Do you like horror movies at all?
I do, yes.
What's your favorite?
Well, the movie I've watched the most times is Dead Zone.
Oh, Nike. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's great. Christopher Walken.
Yeah, and I love The Thing too. I think that Cronenberg is unbelievable, and John Carpenter. Those two guys are my two favorites.
I mean, the greats are dropping off. We just lost Gordon, so I mean, we better protect these guys, man.
Yeah, well, we need somebody else to come up through the ranks.
Hey, what's the worst and best part about being an actor?
The worst part of it is it's always difficult to get jobs, so you have to kind of create your own opportunities. But the best part of it is, you meet people who, I've had people say that they were in the hospital with their dying relative and they watched The Cutting Edge and it made them a little happier and it got them through their grief and their difficulty. And so, that's a great thing. You feel like you're in the right place in the world if you're able to, ease people's day-to-day difficulties.
Do people treat you differently now that you're famous?
I don't know. I mean, I've been getting recognized for such a long time.
So that's what I mean. Did people treat you has there ever been like a time where you see people in the street and they treat you strange, or everybody's after you, or?
No, nothing like that. Like a Beatlemania type thing. No, I never really dealt with that. But no, people have been great, and luckily I've been in some movies that really resonate with people for repeated viewings. So they tend to feel like they know me and they have affection for the characters. So I've never really had any real bad stuff happen.
Do people ever confuse you for your characters, though? Does that bother you sometimes?
No, I mean, I think it's kind of funny if I go out and play hockey, they think I'm going to play like I played in the movie, and I'm not quite that good. People are pretty great. They usually appreciate the movies you've been in and want to talk to you about them or something like that.
Have you ever had to work with difficult people on a film set, and how did you get through that? How did you deal with it?
Yeah, I mean, there's some, I've been really blessed. It's most of my co-stars from Moira Kelly to Robert Duvall and, on down the line to Sean Astin. I mean, I've been really blessed with some great co-stars. And, you bump up against people that aren't so great sometimes, and you just keep your distance and do your job.
What's the weirdest thing a fan's ever requested of you?
I don't know. Nothing really weird. I mean, just usually, sometimes they want a little more of your time than you're able to give, but nothing outlandish.
Does being an actor ever put strains on your relationships, like say family, friends, spouse, loved ones? Does it ever get in the way of that?
It's a strange job in some ways because you're in the public, and so maybe if you're in a difficult moment within your family or something and you're in a restaurant, people don't acknowledge the fact that you need a little privacy. That's, I guess, the most unusual thing that might happen.
Who were your influences growing up for acting?
Well, I didn't really think about being an actor until I was 18 years old, but my favorite actors growing up were James Cagney and Humphrey Bogart and Steve McQueen and William Holden. Those would be my top four, I'd say. And Jimmy Stewart.
What do you feel people do too much of these days?
Watch their screens, whether it's computers or phones. I think people need to get outside and put their phones down a little more.
Oh, I couldn't agree more, man. What's the best piece of advice that anybody's ever given you?
Be Here Now was a book that was given to me by an acting teacher back when I was 18 years old. And it's a really weird book about LSD and meditation and stuff. The whole book's kind of crazy, but I always like the title of it because, a lot of people are worried about what happened yesterday or what they're going to do tomorrow. And especially for an actor, the best thing you can do is just be right here in the moment and enjoy it, live it, and wait for the next one, and live the next one when that one comes.
I mean, that's sound advice for sure. What's one thing about you that may surprise your fans?
I'm a really good cook. I was a sous chef, and I cooked in over 20 restaurants, and I love to cook for my family. And that's
what's your favorite thing to cook?
I like making a New Orleans style seafood, like crawfish etouffee.
Oh man, I've never seen. Oh, that sounds awesome. You're making me hungry, man.
Yeah.
Craziest thing you've ever done on a dare?
Craziest. My first date with my wife to be, I ate a whole about a tablespoon of wasabi.
Oh, how did that go?
You know what? I got through it. I had to. You know, I was sitting opposite a beautiful girl, and my buddy on the double date had dared me, and I had to do it.
Well, it looked like it worked out.
Yeah, it worked out.
Hey, if you could lock one person up in a mental institution, who would you pick and why?
One person in a mental institution. Who would I lock up? I don't know. I'm not all about locking people up. You know, I mean, if they mess up and end up in handcuffs, that's on them. But I'm not going to be the guy to lock them up.
What's one thing you tried you'd never try again?
Wasabi.
If they made a movie about, like, a biopic about your life, who would you want to play you?
Oh, who would I want to play me? Rob Riggle.
Yeah, I can see that. That would be a good one. What's one thing that you'd stockpile if you found out they weren't going to make anymore?
Well, I guess it'd be frozen pizza.
Any particular brand?
No, I like them all. I mean, I go run the gamut.
Do they have Augustine's Pizza where you're at?
No, I've heard of that one though.
It's like a local around me, and I tell you what, man, it's incredible. I might have to send you one whenever things get less crazy.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Of hope for like these crazy times.
You know, I mean, just hold your family close and just use the time the ways assigned to you. You know, I mean, it's a good time for reflection and prayer and spending time with the people you love.
I ask everybody this. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to, but sometimes people tell me pretty funny stories about it. Do you have a good shit your pants story?
I've never had that experience.
No, fair enough. Tell me about this new your short Two Dumb Mix that comes on tonight at 7 p.m. right on is that on Facebook?
Yeah, it's going to be on Facebook, and then if you missed the show tonight, it'll be on YouTube and Facebook, and people can go see it whenever they want. Two Dumb Mix with no B, and it's about two guys. Me and Sean Austin play these guys that are just kind of hopeless losers, but they always have a good attitude. And they always think that this next scheme is going to be the one that gets them over the top.
Is it true it won 50 awards already in like the past 5 weeks?
Yeah, well, it's more like 3 months now, but yeah, we're over 50 awards and nominations in film festivals, which has been great because normally like slapstick and comedy are not really held in critical esteem as much as
I noticed that that seems like the comedy genre and the horror genre is never really fully respected, and I mean I'm really looking forward to this. I think it looks really funny. I want people to be able to see it. So that's tonight at 7 p.m. on Facebook, correct?
Yeah, and if people could join in, Sean and I are going to do a Q&A after it's over, and people can chime in with their opinions about future episodes or the characters or whatever they want to talk about, old movies, and we'll be glad to answer their questions.
Last question, sir. How can we keep up with you on social media and see what you're up to?
Yeah, well, I'm on Twitter at RealDBSweeney, and same thing on Instagram, RealDBSweeney, and I have a Facebook page. And Two Dumb Mix has a website too, so that's twodumbmix.com without a B because they're dummies. And I'll try and keep churning out stuff people want to watch.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you doing this interview for me. It's been a pleasure to meet you. Like I said, I grew up on a lot of your films, and I always enjoyed you. So thank you, sir. There you have it, the man, the myth, the legend, DB Sweeney. Thank you for being on my show, sir.
Thanks for having me.